All right, hello and welcome, traders. Hey, it's Friday, October 3rd, 2025. Want to come to you, give you a little weekly update, tell you where things are, what I'm seeing in the markets. I really want to spend some time going through the accounts. I'm going to go through all three of the accounts that we run in the Discord. I'll share them with you. So these are three different types of accounts. One is kind of the main trading account. One is a small account, and the other one is our more lazy trading investing account that has a variety of different strategies, more longer term, not very active investing. So I'm going to go through how those are doing for the week here as we wrap up. You've got the government shutdown this week. Nobody cared unless you're in the government and it's affecting you. And I feel bad for those people. Looks like some pretty good layoffs are coming. How this stuff's going to ripple through the economy, we'll see. But the markets seem to have shrugged it off and are plowing their way higher. Now, middle of today, we did have a bit of a Mag 7 selling spree, and then many of them just finished off their lows, with the exception of Palantir, which did not have a great day today. So down almost 8%, 7.5% on Palantir, which good news if you're looking to want to get into that name. Bad news if you added to it yesterday. But it's way overvalued, so some sort of a correction probably due on that thing anyway. But Tesla was down significantly today and really rallied way off its lows, which may bode well for next week. We'll see, but we'll talk more about that. Let's get into some of the accounts, and I want to share them with you and show you where we are and what's going on. All right, let me get in and share the screen with you as we go through. All right, we will start with the main trading account. And let me get off the screen just in case it's blocking anything. But here's where we are in the main trading account. We finished the week with a 670 delta, which is 0.18, still within our zero point 0.2 range. However, it did tick up. Now, with some of the things dropping a bit today, uh, you would expect that delta would rise a bit, but really as a pretty flat day overall. We ended up the week at 1174 on our theta, which is 0.32%. Totally fine, well within our range there. And by the way, that theta of 1174, our Vega is minus 1763. So our Vega again is pretty close to 1 to 1 of the theta. So we've really negated significant volatility and Vega effects in this account. All right, we finished the week at 365,854, and that was up about $300 for the week. However, it puts us up, $4,000 on the month in 3 days so far. So we'll take that. We did end up last month up 14,695 for 4%, and we're already on a roll this week. Now, you can see we do have, and I'm sure you've noticed, we've got some decent realized losses. Well, those are simply just rolls we have not taken any losses on any trades that we've put on, except for the fact that we have taken losses on rolls. Mainly because things have been moving higher and blowing through our strikes, which is totally fine because every trade in this account is using the income poor man covered call strategy, which means we're selling at the money or in the money. Now you're thinking, oh, you lost $14,000. Well, let's take a quick look at it. That's not exactly the case here because we do have the underlying values rolling higher. So on SPY, so far, rolling this thing all the way through these latest trades in the last couple of days, we are now up 56% in this account. SPY itself is only up 10% in the same time. So we're a 5x lead on that, totally fine in 242 days. I will certainly take that and a nice gain of $26,000 on a $47,000 investment. All right, QQQ doing even better. This thing is up 61% since we started it. Now the Qs are up 31% since we started, but so this is only a 2x win so far in 170 days. But I think you'd take that. You've made over $8,000, or I've made over $8,000 on a $13,000 cash investment. Again, this is the cash price, not the margin, which is actually less. But I'm calculating these returns on cash. Okay. Strategy. This is the interesting one here. All right, we're actually up 29% in strategy. The stock is down 5%, but we're up almost 30%. We've made $8,700 on this trade and after putting in 30 in 125 days. So just around 4 months now. I'll take that. Doing pretty well there. And then we'll take a look at the last two, which is IBIT, our internet exposure. On this trade, we are up 31% in 124 days. We've made $7,000 on 23,000. The stock itself's up 17, we're up 30. And then lastly, gold here, which is obviously doing outstanding. We have made $5,200 on a $7,700 cost basis. Now, gold has run up substantially. Okay. We have had to buy back a lot of these, but we've been making the extrinsic as well. So even though gold is up 15% in the same time, we're up 68% in this account. So overall, love the income poor man covered call. It's doing fantastic. We have made so far $56,000 on just these trades, and that's $56,000, 56,082 on a cost of 122,580. So 56 divided by 122, 580 is a 46% return overall. All right, so I think anyone here would probably take 46% this year in less than, you know, in most of these cases, in less than 6 months. This one's at 242 days. The rest are at 170, 125, okay, 124, and 71 days. So the average days in trade uh, for us is in pretty good shape. We're averaging 146 days in the trade, which is just under 5 months. So 46% in 5 months, not too shabby on these. We've also had a phenomenal run on the 112 trades. We'll take a quick look at the account. Those are performing outstanding. So we got the 112s, we got the Strangles, and we have the income poor men covered calls. Quick run through on the small account here. All right, so this week alone, we've made 3,400 bucks in realized gains. However, we did close out some trades. All right, so not too worried about the realized gains. I think what's most important right now is if you take a look down here and you see the year-to-date net lick, 59% gains in the small account. So this account, which is at all-time highs here at 32,769, we opened up the year at 19,054, okay, 32,769 on this account. And we made 20% last month, and we are off and running. And that's after taking out the contributions. We were still up 20.8%, almost 21% in this account, smoking it in the small account. All right. And then let's finish up with the Lazy Trader investing account. This account here had a good month last month. Again, I'm only targeting like 1.5 to 2% a month in this account, but we managed to knock out 5.43% growth last month, over $22,000 in net lick, and we're already up in 3 days. This account's already up $12,000 for almost a 3% gain for this month. And again, this is supposed to be the, hey, don't touch it account. Okay. Don't have to actively trade it. Don't have to do a lot. I mean, we do have some poor man covered calls, income poor man covered calls, and some leaps in this account. So that's the power of leaps, is to give yourself some of these great returns. But last month we had a fantastic month, up 22, but we're already up 12 grand in 3 days. Let's just take a look at how these things are performing. We can look at the poor man covered call trades in here. We have just a handful. IBIT is a poor man's covered call, so it's a very different than the income poor man covered call. The poor man covered call I sell out of the money. It's dynamic, so it can range anywhere from 10 to 15 delta to 30 to 25 to 30 delta, depending on the technical analysis. But either way, we're selling those out of the money. We're up 19.4%. The stock itself's up 17, so it's not, performing wildly great, but we've made some modifications, so I think we're on the right track. SoFi is another one that we're in this account. So in the SoFi trade here, it's up 90%, having a fantastic year. We're up 115%, so again, outperforming uh, the stock itself. So I will take that 115% gain. UNH, little different here. This one's uh, been a little more challenging here, mainly because we've been caught with a couple trades that have capped out our upside. So we're still up. It's not performing as well as some of the other ones that we have, but uh, I think we've got it squared away now. We had made, I think, some mistakes on that. Stock's up about 19% since we bought it, which is great. Okay. The leaps are up even more. We've taken some losses. So on the poor man covered call strategy here again, not fantastic on UNH, but we'll be fine with that. Tesla here. This is the poor man covered call version. We're up 22% on the year here. And then on TLT, we are up 114% in 23 days on a much smaller account size. We'll be adding size to this as we go, but that one's doing well. But let's take a look at the income poor man covered calls. There's only three of them. All right, so here we go on these. All right, right now, strategy is down 2%. Okay, so this one's down 2% in 2 months. We haven't been in these long enough yet to really generate much income. I usually tell members, don't even look at these for the first 3 to 6 months, or at least 3 to 4 months. Uh, it's just too early to generate the extrinsic value. But you got the stock down 13%, and we're only down 2%. I'll take it. Not too bad here overall. All right, on Tesla, the Tesla income poor man covered call, which is different than the poor man covered call, this thing's up 84%. So this one's doing fantastic out there. I wish I had sized it up a lot more than where it is, but overall, it's doing fantastic, up 84%. And then on Netflix, the stock's down 5% since we got into this. We've only been in this 53 days, but we're only down 2.5%, which again shows the power of the income poor man covered call when the markets aren't necessarily going higher. So we've got strategy, which is down, Netflix, which is down, but we're almost absolutely break even. I would expect that we'll be break even uh, or better by the next roll that we have. So there you go. And then I do have some covered call ETFs. So I do this little tracker here to keep track of these four. So let's take a look at what we got. We got SPY in here, which is doing fantastic. It's up 14% now in 151 days. So we've had 5 months of distributions in this. The total ROI again is almost 14%. The average distribution on these about 1% a month. So you make 1% a month. Again, this is not earth-shattering stuff. And if you're in SPY, you absolutely know what I'm talking about here. You're not in it to make 20 some percent. But what I will tell you is, while this cost me 72,000, this is cash on cash. My margin on this is only 11,000. So if we really look at how this thing is going, we've really made $9,900 on 11,000. So technically, this is up monstrously. But I'm giving you the cash on cash uh, returns. So the cash secured returns, even though this is a portfolio margined account, and the margin on SPY 11 grand. Okay, so we paid 11 grand to make $9,900. Okay, so that's fantastic. That's almost a 90% return. All right, on margin. Misty, this has been a little bit of a tougher one. The ROI on this one is down. We're down 6% on this thing overall, uh, but the stock is down 34%. So Misty is down 34%. It's probably going to get kicked out of here. It was only in here to compete against the strategy income poor man covered call, which is outdueling it. But again, I'm giving you cash on cash value here. This thing, it's $65,000 was the cost, but the margin's only 32. Okay. So our ROI is twice as good as this. So we're really only down 3%. So one distribution here could easily put us over the mark. ULTY, we put this in here as, again, a little bit more of an experiment, but I just want to show you what's going on in this. It's pretty flat on the value so far, but we're up 3% in 30 days. I'll take 3.3% in 30 days so far. A lot of people worried about Misty and ULTY on NAV erosion, and I totally see and agree. But these are in here for short-term plays just to do some tracking. But you know what? I'm going to take the cash while I get it, right? So I like what ULTY is doing. And I'm going to reinvest the dividends back into these things. So we'll continue to parlay this into more down the road. And then lastly, we do have BTCI, and you know I love Bitcoin. Bitcoin, this one's up 7.5% in 11 days. Okay, so we've got one distribution under our belt. Okay, that distribution was 2.2 for 5% on the cost, but because it's also increased in value and we have a $2,200 distribution, we are up 7.5%. Okay, will that last? I don't know. It could also go up, it could go down, who knows? But I want to draw some attention to the summary table. And again, I apologize, I did some reformatting in here and kind of made things look a little bit goofier than they are. So, all right, there. Maybe it's at least a little bit better for you to see. All right, so we've totally on these four, we've put in 181,000. They're currently worth 170, simply because Misty and ULTY have both dropped a bit. So we're down 10 grand, but we've also already received $19,000 in distribution. The net on those is 9,000, which is about 8,558, which is giving us a return on investment of 4.7 percent. Okay, so far from the net income standpoint. Okay, so the total ROI when you factor in the values and the distributions, 4.7% on an average of about 78 days in the trade. So it's not too shabby. Okay, 78 days, not even 3 months. So if you extrapolate this out, it's on track for 16 to 17 to 18% this year return, which we would certainly take. But if you look at how this thing is going, we have generated, and because I've added some of these along the way, uh, we have generated, and I've been reinvesting just distributions on some of these and just adding as I can. We've been able to generate $19,000 so far. Now I've only been doing this for 5 months. Okay, so it's early, but using $170,000 is the current value. Okay, so the current value on this thing, $170,000. We've made 11.4% on this. So if you look at the end of the month value, and the reason I'm looking at that, technically, if you want to do this based on cost, maybe that's a little bit better. Is let's just plug in cost. We'll be a little bit more realistic. Okay, we've made 19,000. The total cost is 181, but that's not actually the margin cost, because the margin cost on these is actually lower. So on SPY-I, the margin's 11,810. On Misty, the margin is 32,614. On ULTY, the margin is 4,117. And on Uh, what's my last one here? I gotta move over. I don't know why I can't remember. Of course, BTCI, which is my favorite one of them all. The margin's 77.42. So in total, nicely done here. Okay. Our total margin is 56,283, which actually gives us a return of that. Oops. Of the distribution of 19,000 divided by the margin I'm using in this account. And that's going to give us, I'm just doing some of these on the fly, about a 34% return based on margin. Now, I'm not going around bragging on that or anything. So, uh, don't get all excited on this. But technically, on the margin I'm using, it's a 35% return. Because we've only used $56,000 in margin in this account, but I'm actually just basing this on the cash secured value here. I'm not, and I don't pay margin interest or any of those things here. I have plenty of cash in the account, but safe to say, okay, that this is working so far, and I really want to add QQQI, and I'm probably going to kill off ULTY and maybe Misty as well, and just keep those running and being reinvesting dividends. So I'll be sharing this with you so you can get a sense of how we're doing. But for September, okay, we made 3% for September based on the end of month value of all these positions. We brought in $5,600 in cash in the month of September. So just down a fraction from August, but otherwise still pretty good. And the reason for August was we had two distributions in Misty in August. Okay. So there was an August 1st and an August 29th distribution. So two distributions in August, which bumped that up a bit more because of Misty. All right. I hope this was helpful to you, giving you some sense of what my portfolio is doing, how things are working. We're having a great time uh, in the Discord. We're having a great time here trading. I'm enjoying myself. I really love the way my portfolio is set up. The 112 trades absolutely working great. Uh, Even with the April volatility spike and drop in the market, handled them like a champ. The new strategy worked out perfectly there, and we're doing great. In fact, the 112 trades right now for the year are up almost $19,000. So we've got those things cooking, humming along. Strangles doing just fine. Zero DTE, I'm up $21,000 this year. Having a good week this week. The 120-day naked puts, those are up over $8,000 this year. We're up over 18 grand in spec trades this year. So really fantastic stuff. I'm enjoying what we're doing. If you like what you see and you want to see what we're doing over in the Discord, come on in. I don't push it hard. If you're interested, fine. If you're not, fine. Okay. I believe you should trade in the community. I love our community. I get great ideas and feedback from our members. They're actively trading. They're posting their trades as well. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree. That's what makes it a great community. You got Igor in there sharing some really great knowledge and education, as well as some really advanced trade stuff. So if you want to learn and get better and be able to do this, come and join us in the Discord. You can go down into the description below. You can click on the link there, sign up. We've got new stuff coming, all kinds of new courses, all kinds of new trainings. We did some great trainings this week. Those alone will help you. Our spec trades, I've given you enough spec trades in the last week to pay for over 1 year of membership. Okay. I'll continue to do that on our spec trades. We'll be finding trades, but you'll have enough there to make your entire investment back. It shouldn't even be your thought. Your thought should be, can I get better? Can I get smarter? Come and join us. If not, it's all good. Give me at least a thumbs up or a like here if you like this video, if you got something out of it. I look forward to seeing all you guys in the Discord if you want to join. If not, we'll see you back here after the weekend. Have a great one. See you later.